for satellites and configure DNS to have MX records for all of our satellite systems. So let's take a look at how I'm going to do that. 5, 6, 7. Here we go. That's all we got on. Oh, that looks bad. Okay. So here I am on my www machine. You're going to have to do it on all your machines. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install XM4 and mail utils. You know how to do that. I'm not capturing every screen, just the relevant ones. So the first thing we're going to do after install is we're going to do a dpackage reconfigure on XM4 config. Then our little wizard comes up. And we have to choose the right option. For our first email, for our mail server, we chose number 2. But for all of our satellite machines, we're going to say mail is sent by the smart host. No local mail. And then it wants us to put in our fully qualified domain name of this particular machine. So I put in www.thegummibear.com. Remember, also at this time, you need to make sure that Etsy hosts and your host name are correctly configured, because we know that that has a bearing on sending email. Our visible domain name for local users, part of that wizard. Once again, put in your fully qualified domain name. Then you put in the IP address or host name of your outgoing smart host. This will be our mail.thegummibear.com or whatever your domain is. We restart XM. We need to do that on all satellite systems. Okay, now on my mail server, I can't just point the satellite to it. I need to actually make some configuration changes here so that my mail server here will understand that they are authorized to send or receive email for this particular client. So on our mail server, we'll do that reconfigure so that we can, and I'm not capturing all the screens, I'll just capture the ones where I made a change. So we go through this wizard, and at some point in that little wizard, it asks us for, please enter a semicolon separated list of IP address ranges for which this system will unconditionally relay mail functioning as a smart host. So like I did this on StuMail for all of your machines. Now you're doing it on your mail server for all of your satellite hosts. So I would put in the IP addresses of all of my satellite machines. NS1, NS2, www, database, whatever. Alternatively, you could do a network identifier /27 or CIDR notation. Yours is /27. You could do the CIDR notation. It's Halloween, so you gotta call it CIDR, right?
Okay.
Okay.
It's Halloween.
Well, almost. It's close.
Oh, there's that.
Although, if you don't understand your CIDR notation, it'll really mess stuff up. CIDR notation. I said it the wrong way. You're going to really mess stuff up. So if you don't understand your CIDR notation, semicolon separated list of IP addresses. Now I'm going to go back to my satellite. I'm going to test to see if I really can send stuff out through my host. So I created a user Bob. You know how to do that. I logged in as Bob. I'm on www right now. I'm going to test to see if I can send it from this machine to Bob at mail.thegummibear.com. Just that short hop. Not all the way out to Google, just that short hop to the mail.thegummibear.com. So now I jump back to my mail server after I sent that message as Bob. I'm going to look in the var log XM4 main log to see, actually is this main log? I believe it is. And I can see that I did receive a mail message from Bob at www.thegummibear.com. And it's destined for Bob here, Bob at mail.thegummibear.com. So I put it in as mail spool. That looks, everything's okay. I log in as Bob, look at his mail messages. Looks like the messages are there. Success. Then I would go back and I would test to see if I can send outside my network. So I'll send my Gmail address. Don't send it to my Gmail address, send it to yours. And I'll go see if I got it. Did I get this on my Gmail account? Yes, I got it in my Gmail account. If you try to reply from that address at that point, it will fail until we do a little bit more configuration. Because if you hit reply at this point, who's it going to try to reply to? Up there on the top screen. www.thegumbybear.com. But that guy's not allowed to receive email. So it's going to fail. All right. So what we have to do is we're going to run that wizard again on our satellite machines. Maybe. Let's look and see what's it. We already had this. Mail sent by smart host, no local mail. Okay, we already had that. There was a screen that said, which IP addresses should I listen on for incoming SMTP connections? Wait, do we have incoming SMTP connections on all our satellite machines? The answer is no. So don't put anything there. I didn't change anything. Oh, okay, well, that's weird. Why did I take the screenshot? Well, just so you had to think about it. We're not changing anything there.
Okay, cool.
Back on the mail server, I do have to make some changes here. We have to make sure XM knows that it should receive email for these satellite machines. Now, XM already knows that it should be a relay agent. It should send messages out for these machines, but it does not know that it should receive mail for these machines. So we'll run the wizard again, and I'm not capturing all the screens again, just the relevant ones, but there's a screen that will say something like, please enter a semicolon separated list of recipient domains for which this machine should consider itself the final destination. The local host name and local host are always added to the list here. So this is what I had in my list before I made any changes. So it already knows it should receive mail for mail.thegumbybear.com and for my domain, thegumbybear.com. Then we're just going to go in and add a semicolon separated list of all the other satellite machines, NS1, NS2, DB, file system, system resources, .thegumbybear.com. Or you can also do this, but you got to be careful. You can add this asterisk here, which is a wild card. So I can say, I want to receive for the domain thegumbybear.com, but then I also want to receive for anything .thegumbybear.com. So you could do it that way as well. Both are fine. Okay, then you're done with XM and you restart it. But we're still not done. We need to actually go add some changes to DNS, because DNS is what tells outside systems where they should send email addresses with those MX records. We've done an MX record, haven't we? Should have for DNS simple 2, I believe, or simple, DNS simple, whichever one. Okay, so I've got to go in and add my zone file, and I'm going to add MX records for all of my satellite machines. This is what it looks like before I edit. We already had these two in that we explained once upon a time. What does the @ sign mean?
Domain.
My domain. So thegumbybear.com, if I see a message, if I'm looking up, I want to find a mail server that I should deliver to for thegumbybear.com, we're going to go send it to whatever machine is identified as mail down below. And also, if I send a message to mail.thegumbybear.com, we're also going to send it to a message or to a machine identified as mail down below. Okay, so now this is after my changes. Notice what I did. After each one, so resources, I added another line in the MX, the mail server that I should deliver to when we're wanting to send a message to resources is the mail machine. Same thing for DB, same thing for file systems. We want to send them all to mail. And how did I get that word mail? How did I choose that? It's this. So which machine in my list do I want to send messages to? I called mine mail. If I had an A record right here and I called it Pinkie Pie or whatever, my machine, then I've changed all these entries over here to Pinkie Pie as well. That's the name of the machine, an A record of the machine that should get my mail messages. Okay, so I added all those MX records, we increment our serial number, we restart bind, we go check our logs to make sure that it started correctly, it sent us notification messages, maybe I'll do a dig test. Okay, if I do a dig, I'm asking